Welcome back to Heart on the Table. This week we were anticipating on releasing a special guest episode with one of my friends, Kathleen. Our daughters are in dance together, and she has quite the story just about having a preemie and an experience in the NICU. Unfortunately, she was sick this morning, so we are going to have to reschedule with her, and hopefully we'll be able to get that episode out within the next few weeks. Instead, we have a special episode, another special episode. I'll let Miranda introduce it.
Yes, so we've been sitting on this audio, and we're going to play it for you here in just a second. We've been sitting on this audio for several months now, and it's been very special, and we're excited to be able to get to use it today. So we will let you hear that now, and then we're going to just come back and talk a little bit about what that was like to rewatch that video this morning.
Enjoy. I feel like I instantly saw you relax when I brought up that we could workshop for a second.
I feel like my brain is very split
Yes,
today.
I'm feeling the same way. I feel like last week our recording was so good. And I'm scared that it may have not saved in full on my GarageBand.
It's okay.
But I
It's
feel
okay.
like it was so organic.
I
And I
know.
feel like we're having a hard time recreating that. Because I think what I'm thinking about is what we talked about last week. Are you thinking the same thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what threads to pull from there.
I know.
Also, I found out yesterday I'm also pregnant.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Like,
Yeah, so you're on another fucking planet today. Oh my God.
yeah, it's okay though. Just in the back of my head, and it won't go away.
I can't even. Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you.
How far along are you?
5 weeks.
Okay, so it's early. My gosh. Okay, I knew that you mentioned to me a little while ago that you were trying. So no wonder earlier you were like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of work right now. Oh my
I want to be out of work.
Okay. I feel like this is great content now and release way down the line. Because yes, I'm
Yeah.
there's something off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. So that would put your due date when?
April 18th.
Okay. Grayson was born April 17th. Yes.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. So this time last year was when I got pregnant. Close, because he was also 6 weeks early. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was born April 17th, which that is a fucking synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
You want to know? It was okay. We're just gonna.
Yeah, we can leave it on.
Okay.
And maybe down the line, we'll be we can come back to that when you're ready to announce that you're pregnant and
Yeah.
stuff. We can be we can release this and something's not right. And you can be I'm pregnant. Okay. So we'll just leave it.
Okay.
It's totally fine. And the camera is totally staying charged.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's amazing. At least we figured out.
We figured everything out. And I think if I do have that first recording, it really was good. I felt like you and I hit a rhythm when we were talking. Anyway.
So
Yes.
it was I don't know, finding out was definitely different than the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I already knew.
How'd you know?
Just internally.
I knew.
Like,
I knew too with Grayson.
I had been laying on the living room floor a couple of weeks ago, and I just felt all sorts of. I was like, "This is implantation."
That's
I was like,
exactly
I
what happened to me the second time too.
I was like, "I can feel it."
Yeah.
and
And Tori was like, "No way, Brie." And I was like, "I am telling you, I can feel the sperm meeting the egg right now." And he was like, "There's no way." And as soon as I could take that pregnancy test, I was like, "I fucking told them." And he was like, "That's too light. That line is too light." And I was like, "Tori, look it up. That is a line." And he was like, and then he came upstairs 30 minutes later and he was like, "You're right. That's a line." And I was like, "I've been telling you since week 1.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Yeah. So you felt it.
Yeah, I think Chase was making dinner, and I was like, "Dude, I think it worked."
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for you. I'm about to cry.
I know. I've been all sorts of emotional, but I haven't had the time or the space to sit down and be emotional. I was emotional driving here this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm honored. I'm honored that you're telling me. I could feel it. I was like, something is on your mind.
Yes.
Yeah. What emotions are you feeling?
I think everything. I think I've not been in my fields lately, just trying to make business work and then
Yeah.
all the logistical stuff. And then realizing how big Theo's gotten.
There's nothing like having your second that makes you look at your first, and what's making me emotional, recognize how big they've gotten. Like, I was holding Charlie's hand yesterday, and I was just like, I looked at her and I was like, your hand is so big. It's so big. And I look at Grayson all the time, and I'm just like, Charlie is not that anymore. And he is my last because it was traumatic bringing him Earthside. And two, because we only wanted two anyway. So I'm just like everything now. I'm just like, this is the last time. It's so hard. Yeah. Yep.
That's so difficult.
Yeah.
Firsts.
Yep. Last firsts. I saw there's somebody I follow on Instagram who they started a podcast in their local, but I think they stopped doing their podcast. I think it was called Double Scoop, but it was like just two moms. One's a photographer in Utah that's pretty popular. But she found out that she was having triplets. Yeah. They just turned one. But she was talking about it on the podcast when she first found out she was pregnant. And she was like, I swear that I'm having twins. And she was like, twins run in my husband's family. I think it's going to be twins. And she was like, I just feel so pregnant in comparison to my last. And then she found out she was having three.
So she was still surprised.
Yep, she was still surprised. But I don't remember why I even brought that up. She made an Instagram post the other day talking about it was her triplet's first birthday. And she was like, not only is this hitting me because this is like our last firsts, but it's three of them. Like, it's three of them all turning one and grieving three little babies. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's hard. So hard. My goodness.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like when I'm pregnant and when I'm early postpartum, I have all sorts of like creative energy. I just feel so close to the source.
The full, as we were trying to talk about earlier.
Of all creation.
Yeah.
And I was reading that book that I recommended to you.
Oh, yeah.
One of the chapters was talking about how like the closest anybody could ever feel to God or whatever God looks like for people is when they're pregnant. Because A, you're creating life, so it's like you're God yourself.
Yeah.
And B, it also feels like you're gonna die.
Absolutely.
So that where I was going with that was like, I think I had spent a lot of time previously like making poems of all of these really strong feelings, like postpartum. And one of them was, and this is how I'm feeling now, but one of them was just about how you're standing still and you watch like time ripple out in both directions.
Yes.
Like I can see like how far I've come, how much things have changed, how I'm a different person entirely, and also like I can see what's coming.
Yeah.
And I can see what's going to change, and I can see what I will lose, like with growing up.
Yep.
Or watching these babies grow up.
I know. Yeah.
So I'm just sitting
I know. I call my babies little measurements of time because it's like there's nothing that like measures time. Truly having a child is just like you are confronted with time every day. Like I look at the baby pictures of Charlie on our little like skylight thing that pop up all the time. First of all, she looks just like Grayson. So I'm always like, which baby is that? And I have to look at the background because I'm like, they are seriously. Okay, there was a point where we shaved Charlie's head because her hair was so out of control. So when she was like 5 months, we buzzed her head. So in those pictures, she really looks like Grayson right now because they look identical. But anyway, when I see those pictures pop up on my skylight all the time, I'm just like, that's gone. That's gone. And that version of me is gone. And finding out I'm pregnant for the first time, that's gone.
Yep.
I was thinking the other day, my two babies are here. I'll never be pregnant again, which like, it's like making me so emotional. Especially because it just like, last time was rough. And I was so hoping that it was going to be better and then it was going to be different. And it's so interesting. Like I posted that TikTok the other day talking about like birth and that pastor dude who was like, it takes no biological talent to bring forth human life. I was like, that motherfucker. Like I felt like I was dying. Truly. I looked at the doctor and asked him, like, am I getting, like, when they had to put me back on those meds, I looked at him and I said, am I leaving this hospital? Because I was so scared that I wasn't going home and I wasn't going to be there for my babies. So, anyway, it's scary. And I hate to scare you because now you're pregnant.
It's okay.
And people love to drop like birth stories on you that are terrifying when you're pregnant, I swear. But like this is fresh still, and I'm still processing it. But it's crazy that like that time in my life now is now over. I will never be pregnant again. Yeah. But I'm also so excited for you. Do you want more than 2?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
We talked about 2. We talked about 3.
I used to say 3 until I got my second, and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Can I hug you? I'm so excited for you. Oh, especially because I knew, okay, because when we had coffee, like one of the, either the first time or the second time when I pulled your cards, you mentioned like that you were going to be trying again. So it's been on my mind. I wonder when she's going to be.
It's right now.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because right now we're having a much more easy conversation.
I know.
I was like, something is off. Something is off here. Oh my goodness.
It's a balance. I feel
Yes.
like last time, even though last time was organic, like it was a lot of trying to figure out what the fuck we were doing.
Totally.
And we spent the first part of this morning figuring out what the fuck we were doing.
Yep.
Like,
And I'm like,
this is a balance.
I really hope I did not delete that first audio because it was good. I'm telling you, I was so invested in editing it because I was like, this is really good. This was a great conversation. And I don't think we can recreate it. I truly don't. Like
Yeah.
it was just, we were able to just go there.
I wonder if it, like, the difference I feel like for me and between the two is, or even just right now, yes, we have this topic, and yes, we have points, and I feel like my brain wants to make sure I don't lose sight of those points, so it also doesn't allow my brain to venture away. I feel like if I venture away, I'll forget the points I want to make, and that's why I'm just, like, overthinking and, like, too much in my logos brain and not
Yes.
enough in my like feeling brain.
Which I think there was a moment last week when we were recording where it shifted. And I think for me, it was when I said, I'm just going to look at you and like just have a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, okay, this is so different than me like worrying about what's on here. There are points on here that I wanted to hit. And for the most part, we did hit them last year. But I think that more than us like teaching a lesson, right? Yes, like you're saying, like but obviously we want to keep connected to some of this stuff. But like we're not teaching a lesson. We're talking about like our interpretations of this stuff and how it hits close to our lives and how hopefully that resonates with somebody else. So I think that the more out of that thinking part of our brain we can be, the better
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that like we can make this an absolutely relatable clip because of course you're like preoccupied. Holy shit, you found out yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but when I found out, there's definitely a part of me that like grieved that it wasn't just going to be me and Charlie anymore too. Yep. Which now it feels so, it does feel, our family feels so complete. And the other day, like I was talking to Tori and I was like, isn't this cool? Because we did a little family night on Friday where I've been trying to eat like dinner in our actual dining room every night now. And then Fridays, I'm going to try and make it a tradition where we can get pizza and sit in the living room and watch a movie. And because Charlie loves eating in the dining room, but I'm like, honey, like we can't eat every meal in front of the TV. Okay. Like it's a problem. Last week, I was like, we're going to change this up. And we've been doing a lot of like good pivoting away from screen time at home for her, which has been really good. Anyway, I was talking to Tori when we were coming home from Costco on Friday night with our pizza and we got our swig and everything and we were going to go home and watch a movie. And I was like, we like created this. This is, I'm like having a letdown right now. My body's like, yes, we did. But like, we created this. This is our little family and it does feel so complete now. And Grayson adds so much. Like, he's my little man. He is obsessed with me, which is, he is mama's little boy for sure.
Yeah.
He just lights up when I come in the room. But like, I definitely grieved that like I wasn't, like Charlie wasn't just it anymore.
Yeah. I think it's so easy for, as much as I want to know that I stay present in every moment, it is very easy to just completely disconnect.
Absolutely.
So like yesterday we were watching Cars, which Theo's totally into cars right now. And it was like, oh my God. It was the part of the movie where Lightning McQueen takes a drive with Sally and they go up to the wheel well.
Okay.
And she tells him all about like how the place used to be and how she left her life in attorney in LA or whatever for this slower paced life. And of course they've got like the melancholy music playing in the background. And it shows what they had and how they lost it. Like they show the town busy and then like it fades to like they're desolate, there's no one there. And so that was already like a really emotional part of the movie. But Theo, he like loves playing with my hair. Like it's adorable and also sometimes can be very overstimulating.
Sure. That's a commonly used word in my home. My husband will tell you.
So he's sitting there playing with my hair, which was fine, but then all of a sudden, like out of the blue, he started like giving the back of my head kisses while I was watching this part of the movie, and I was like, oh my god.
I know.
What's my sweet boy? Come here.
Oh my goodness.
And he was just like,
yeah.
So like I'm excited to see who he's going to be as like an older brother. And also like I'm an older sibling myself. Chase is an older sibling.
Yeah,
as
me
well.
too.
So like knowing all that comes with that.
Yes. Yeah. I've tried very hard to make Charlie know that like she still gets to be a kid. Which I think that me and my sister have a very large age gap. We are like 7.5 years apart. So our relationship was always 7.5 years apart. You know what I mean? And now we're a lot closer. But there's absolutely dynamics that I don't feel like I was ever robbed of like being a kid. There's other traumas that probably robbed me of being a kid that don't have anything to do with being an older sibling. But for Charlie, because they're a lot closer, I've tried to make sure that she knows like she gets to still be a kid. She doesn't have to care for her little brother, but it's hard. It's hard when your first baby is no longer the only baby. Luckily, Charlie loves daddy, so mommy can be like present with the baby. But yeah, it's hard. Life is gonna change, but it's also the best.
I know.
Okay, let's wrap up so we can clean up. We can go get our little reading. And if we decide to make this a podcast episode down the line, like way down the line, thanks for listening. As we're finding our footing still, but also like I feel like this was a cute, vulnerable talk. So
yeah, thank you for listening.
okay, oh my goodness.
Yes, so surprise. That's been a really special audio and video to hold on to, and we've had this in the back of our minds for, like I said, several months now. And so today we're going to be sharing that with all of you. But we got here this morning and we were talking about what we would record today. And the idea for this mini episode came to mind. So Bree and I sat down and rewatched 15 minutes of that first episode, or one of the first episodes we ever did. And it was just very touching to go back and rewatch that and to see just how far we've come.
Getting emotional listening to you.
To see how far we've come in just even recording this podcast. I think we recorded that episode with even different equipment. We didn't quite have our feet underneath us as far as the way that we wanted to do this podcast. We just knew it was something that we wanted to do. And as you can tell, that episode was very spontaneous. I think we started off talking about the Fool, and we totally just diverted into spur of the moment conversation. So it was very meaningful. And again, it was one of the reasons why we wanted to share all of this with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very validating in that moment when I was telling Miranda, something just feels off. I was like, I could just tell that your mind was somewhere else. And I was spot on.
Yeah, your therapist instinct, your intuition.
They are pretty in tune.
Yeah.
I will say. Yeah, I just knew that day. But yeah, it was fun. And it was fun that we got it like on video too. And I think we sat on it for a minute, just letting you figure out whether or not that was something that you wanted to share. So thank you for allowing us to share it with our listeners.
Yes. And thank you all for being a part of it, for tuning in every week as we create more things to share with you all. And thank you again for even participating in like the story polls that we post. And that's been so valuable and so encouraging and fun to see how many responses we get and how many listeners are invested in what we're doing here. Again, I think that in the near future, we are really hoping to have the opportunity to meet some of you, all of you, whoever wants to come in person and grow our community that way too.
Yeah, I think we're very hopeful to do something like maybe in January, like in the new year. So we will keep everyone posted on that. I think as December, as the new year gets closer, we'll have something a little bit more maybe worked out for what that will look like. But the story polls have been fun, and it's been fun to see how many responses that we've been getting. It's still a small number. Like it's still, I think it's like under 20, but I'm still like, that's pretty significant because I always think about, well, what if, I think it was you that said, or maybe I think it was you that was like, what if 100 people were like in the room? No, it was my husband, where I was like, we only got 30 downloads, or we only got 100 followers on Instagram. And he's like, visualize a room with 100 people in it. That's a pretty packed room. And I was like, that's a really good point. So just knowing that we've got like 15 to 20 responses on our story polls, I'm like, we'll visualize a room with 15 to 20 people in it. Like you would feel pretty surrounded.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you for everyone, or to everyone who has been participating. It's been really fun.
Yeah.
Next week, I think we'll be back to the chariot. Unless my friend does come record with us, we would probably release that episode next week. Enjoy this episode and tune in. Keep tuning in.
Yes. Thank you so much. And again, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, thoughts to share, please reach out via the Google form or send us a message. We always love hearing from you. And again, thank you just so much for participating in these episodes. I think I just love the fact that we get to include you all in the next episode.
Yeah, me too.
Based on your responses. So again, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.